Hi guys, thank you for joining us this evening for this Lifewave presentation. I'm just going to introduce myself and then I'm going to pass on to my lovely co-presenter for the evening, Jill Bailey. So my name's Jules. I've been with Lifewave for about 18 months now and it's been life-changing for me. Loads of different results along the way, but it started with obviously general energy increase. I suffered with brain fog through perimenopause really badly and went on HRT. That didn't seem to work. But 2 weeks into wearing these patches, it was like a light bulb moment. My mental clarity was just fantastic. And it's just been clear ever since, really much more focused, can concentrate more, and I don't get sluggish like I used to. And I'm just feeling fantastic in the best shape I can. My eyesight has improved, and actually I've been to the opticians and they've clarified that. And also my hair has got thicker as well. So loads of different benefits along the way, and I'm just enjoying the results and loving the journey. But enough about me. I'm going to pass on now to the lovely Jill, who is going to tell you a little bit about herself, and then she'll take you through the product side of this presentation.
Thanks, Jules. That was brilliant. And yeah, you had an amazing result. It's fabulous to hear all the testimonies. So I'm Jill. So I've been patched since the 18th of January. That was when I put my first patch on. And the one main thing that I want to mention it is the arthritis in my thumbs had disappeared after 5 weeks. So it's what the body does when it's healing itself. So my question to all of you is, have you been patched yet? And we're going to hear a little bit more today about how it elevates, activates, and regenerates our stem cells. So we can't talk about this without talking about David Schmidt. He's the CEO and inventor of X39 and some other ancillary patches, but he has over 200 patents now. So, I mean, this guy's phenomenal. I listen to him quite a lot, and listening to, how he talks and how he's keen to keep working and inventing is amazing. But he specializes in age reversing. So back in 2008, he focused his attention on stem cell research, and that recent patent took 10 years and 4.5 million to bring to market. And boy, was it worth it? Absolutely, as you will hear. So it's patented technology. And that basically means, what it says it does, it has to do. So we're talking about embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. They're just some of the things you may notice. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? We're born with billions of stem cells, but the fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. So, hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging, and most of us don't like it, and we want to improve that. So this is one way that you may be able to do that. At the age of 30, only half of your stem cells are active. By the time you approach 60, you're losing almost all stem cell activity. And that's me next year. So I was ready to do something about it. So how the X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's a patented nanocrystal technology, and it reflects light to activate. So it's non-transdermal, which is amazing. It means that there's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants in it, and it's non-invasive. The important thing to mention here, though, as well, is that Lifewave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or prevent any disease or cure. So for any disease or any medical condition. So the benefits of X39, and these are just some of the things you can look forward to feeling. So increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina, energy and vitality. Who doesn't want energy and vitality? Mental clarity. Ladies, if you're struggling with menopause, I recommend just giving this a go. restored muscle or skeletal conditions, improvement in sleep. So many people suffer with lack of sleep, and this just may be able to help you. Improve skin appearance, and to achieve optimal health and a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And it's just amazing what the body can do. So everybody reacts differently, and everybody will feel things differently at different times. This one I love. So this is the results of a topography map. It was a 77-year-old lady, and she just placed the X39 on the back of her neck. So in session 1, she wasn't using X39, and you can see the inflammation there in the brain where all the red is, and there was a lack of brain coherence. 3 weeks on the X39, by session 2, she's got no more inflammation and improved brain coherence. Fast forward another 3 weeks to 6 weeks on X39, and you can see that there's a complete turnaround and better brain coherence. So it can be noted that when she came in, her brain was hyperactive. Her brain calmed down dramatically by the second visit after wearing the X39 patch for 3 weeks. And then it calmed down even more, by the time we get to 6 weeks of using the patch. So, yeah, just great results there. And that's actually being backed by a neurophysiologist as well. So X39 long-term results, what can you expect? So first of all, there's case studies. So if you want to read more information, there's case studies on thisisinfo.com, and that's also where you'll see the patterns. So the first few days, you can expect 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. And within 3 months, your collagen is increased. But that's not just the collagen that you're seeing on your face and wrinkles and that kind of stuff. That's the collagen actually inside the body as well that helps with, all kinds of things, but particularly joints and stuff as well. So within 6 months, the heart reverses in age by up to 8 years, which is phenomenal. So David Smith says that it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And I just think, really think about that. We're not just preventing aging, we're actually reversing in age. Who doesn't want that? So how to wear the X39 patch. Nape of the neck, 2 fingers under the belly button, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And that just gives the body a chance to repair and rejuvenate. And then you can throw the patch away if you want to. If you're a little bit more frugal and want to get a bit more out of it, why not share it on your pets, your children? I shared it on my grandson, So there's other ways to make use of that patch as well. And then you can put the patch on the next day, another new patch on the next day, and repeat the process again. You can wear more than one patch at a time. Not recommended to do the X39 because value for money wise, it wouldn't be worth it. It's good enough on its own, but there are ancillary patches, and the person who's brought you and invited you to the call, you can have a chat with them about it. It's really important to drink plenty of water just to help it move and shift around the body as it's activating the infrared and to help the copper peptides. And if you can get electrolytes in that water, even better. You're really going to feel the difference if you can do that little task. So X39, it's so simple to explain. The testimonies are life-changing and very emotional. And the best thing about it is that it works. So I told you a little bit about my thumbs, but just some of the other things that have happened to me. The brain fog has cleared. The mental clarity came back. The focus is back. Have more energy. Didn't think I could get any more energy, but I can. Now I'm definitely like a Duracell bunny. The knee joints, the pain in the knee joints doing squats and lunges has disappeared. Bicep muscle, still a little twinge in the bicep muscle at the moment, but I've got Icewave now, so I'm going to try that and see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. And sleeping is so much better. So I drink a lot of water anyway, so I do wake up during the night. But what I'm finding now is I'm getting back into bed and going back off to sleep. It's as though I've slept walked to go to the loo. So that's amazing. And I'm really waking up feeling refreshed and so much better. Um, Cravings, I stopped the HRT. Um, Still spoke to my doctor about it. So if you're looking at reducing medication, or and you may need to for those who are diabetic, or any medication, you can use these patches, but do speak to your GP to get it measured. But I spoke to the GP and he said as long as my symptoms didn't return, I could basically do what I wanted. And I told him I was going to do patches, and he sort of went, "Oh, well, if you need to come back." So, needless to say, I haven't. The SP6 has been great. It's really helped to balance the hormones. And as I say, the cravings have reduced as well. So I'm not picking as much and wanting to snack as much as I did. Um, what else? Eyesight has improved again, been to the opticians. So reading, I was getting closer and closer. And now I'm back further away because it's just so blurred if it's too close. And I am now trying the glutathione just for the detox. And in the last couple of days, my body fat seems to have reduced. Maybe coincidental, but we'll see. We'll keep watching this space. So enough about me. So anybody want to volunteer, or should I pick? No volunteers. Right. Well, I've got one. Gemma, we were talking at the start. Would you
Yeah.
like to mute yourself and share?
So I thought it was 3 weeks, but I've actually only been on them for two. My son corrected me because our Dylan's been on the patches as well. He's autistic and ADHD, so he's very good with numbers. Um, Absolutely life changing, like you wouldn't believe. I got epilepsy at 16, and I've been obviously on medication since then. And with epilepsy, you can't have any drugs in terms of HRT, antidepressants. It all affects your epilepsy tablets. So I've got fibro now, osteoarthritis, asthma. I'm hypermobile, you name it, all kinds of things, IBS, everything. So I was in a real. This past year has been probably the worst year in terms of fibro, where I was at the point of I need a motability scooter. I've actually hired a motability scooter for my Centre Park trip next month, which I don't think I need it. Well, I know I'm not going to need it. Um, I have literally in these 2 weeks done things which I'm like walking places. The pain that I get in my muscles, or I got in my muscles with the fibro, is just not there. It's like I go to bed and I haven't got that pain, like the exhaustion. It's a natural tired. And then it literally dawned on me the other day. I have woke up in the morning with that ping awake for the first time since before I got epilepsy at 16.
Wow,
Wow.
that's
And
amazing.
then I'm
Absolutely
constantly
amazing.
messaging Laura, who got me on this, and I'm going, I shaved my legs, and she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm saying, I've got a shower stool in the shower, and I use that to sit on. And I get out without, I sit on the end of the bed and shave with a lecky razor because I can't. I've, for a good couple of years now, and without even thinking, I use the stool to lift my leg and shave my legs. And when you look at your own leg and go, what am I doing? I'm being able to do stuff like this now. Um, and my son, I mean, I was in the loft. I was in the loft. And then I'm coming home and going on walks around the estate with my son. I haven't done that for over a year. And I've not had a rest day since the second I put that patch on. And then my son, who, I mean, Hales, I don't know whether you remember all the issues I've had with our Dylan with his ears, his hot ears, for like going on 4 years now. And I paid privately to an endocrinologist, an ENT specialist. They have no idea what's going on. He's got a freezer in his room, ice packs on his face, you name it, up the wall with his ears. And I'm seeing an improvement in his ears.
Wow.
Can't
Fantastic.
believe it. I'm absolutely stunned. And that alone. And he's asking me to teach him to do things. He never asks that.
Oh,
Absolutely never asks anything like that.
that is absolutely brilliant, Gemma. What an amazing testimonial,
It's
and
just
2 weeks.
flooring me. Yeah,
So
just 2 weeks,
fantastic.
literally.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Amazing. I've just quite emotional. But
I know. I'm learning
yeah,
to. I need all the
yeah.
hormone stuff because I'm learning to try not to not cry every time when I talk about it.
That's what I said to Jules today. I'm like tiny tears when I hear people's stories.
Yeah.
So anybody else like to share? Or am I going to pick? She'll kill me for this now. Debs, would you like to share?
Yeah, well, I was really fortunate because, yeah, I found out about the patches about 6 weeks or so before I started using them, Jill, and I kept getting more excited about them. And because for about 30 years, I've struggled with pain, trouble between like C5 and C6. And so I've never been not in some level of pain, but it was manageable most of the time. And then I'd have flare-ups. And I'd had a flare up for about 4 weeks. I've been using naproxen, which I tried to avoid, obviously, but I'd been using it for about 4 weeks. And I started the patches, and I was a one patch wonder. I couldn't believe it because I put the patch on, and within a few hours, I was like, it's gone back down to manageable. And I thought, well, I took naproxen this morning, but I'd had a silly, you know, one of those silly rounds that you have sometimes. And like when I was having a flare up, if that happened, normally I'd get so tensed up, I'd have a terrible headache, my neck would be all knotted up. I didn't have that. I went to my mum, she'd had an operation on her leg, so I was doing her ironing and cleaning around, putting the hoover around and that for her. And I came home and I was like, it's still manageable. It's like I've not got any extra pain. So Dave, my husband, started them, and I'm like, are you seeing any difference? He's like, no. Within a few hours. Anyway, I thought the next day I'll not take any medication. And it was just, I felt normal for the first time in years. It was just amazing. My mum, who's like never, Dave and I have always used supplements, and she's always like poo-pooed them. She wouldn't even take vitamin D tablets in the winter when she needed them, you know. And she kept saying to me, she'd be like staring at me whenever I saw her, she'd be like this. And I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, your face looks so much better. And I'm like, I've only been taking the patches, using them for a couple of days, mum. It takes about 3 months for the collagen to get going, you know, because I'm like 60, I'll be 61 this year. And she's like, no, your face looks so much better. And she said, I think I need to try these patches. Now, my mum's got loads of health issues. She's had 3 skin cancers. That was the operation she'd had on her leg and a skin graft. She's got diverticulitis, hiatus hernia. She's had psoriasis since she was a kid. And never, you know, it was always like wherever supplements I found, it was always, no. So when she said, I think I'll have to try these, I was like, how soon can I get them on her? Anyway, she was going down to see my sister and niece. So she said, I'm not going to start them when I'm away because, you know, I get all muddled up with things and I'll probably get it wrong. So I'll start it when I come back. And I thought, oh, she's changing her mind anyway. She started 3 weeks ago now, coming up to 3 weeks. I've just put her on as a preferred customer because she's loving them. She's not had any diverticulitis symptoms since she started using them. And she was getting, I mean, really bad bouts of abdominal pain once or twice a week and really struggling. She's not had any of those since she started using the patches because I told her to put them under her belly button. And I'm seeing a difference in her skin. She's not noticing that yet, but she's over the moon about the diverticulitis. And because she's not in pain, she's feeling much lighter in herself as well. And she actually said to me yesterday, her friend is in an electric wheelchair and my mum uses a walker. And she said to me, I walked. She said, I walked and it was probably only about 500 yards, but she couldn't do that even with her walking. I walked, I went down the street and across the road and we went to the cafe on the other side of the church. And she said, and Val was in a wheelchair and she kept saying to me, are you all right, Carol? And she said, I was fine. And it was just, yeah, it's just incredible. So I love them. And Dave, my husband, has started seeing a difference. First thing he noticed after about 5 days was that he said to me, I think my eyes are a bit better because colours seem brighter. And then we'd been starting to do some age appropriate exercise, nothing strenuous because we're not fit people at all. And he was noticing that with his shoulder, he was not getting any pain. And like my thumbs, it was, yeah, I've had problems with my thumbs for a long time. And it was like, I could hear this one clicking. It's hardly clicking now after like 5 weeks, but I could hear it clicking, but it wasn't hurting. It was the weirdest thing. Within about 3 days, I'm like, oh, listen, you can hear it clicking, but it's not hurting. I kept going like this all the time. So yeah, I just think they're amazing. Sorry, and I just
Brilliant.
stop talking about them when I get going. You'll have to shut me up.
That's brilliant, Debs. Thanks very much. It's just amazing. So, that's just great for testimonials, and that's exactly what we mean about the emotion that you hear from some of the stories. We've had, two great stories there today. So I'm going to hand back to Jules now, and she is going to talk a little bit more about the business opportunity. So back over to you, Jules. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jill, and what a brilliant presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for those amazing testimonials. Absolutely brilliant. I was a bit tearful myself then listening to those. Thank you anyway. So I'm just going to quickly take you through a little bit about the business now. Okay, so Lifewave is a 20-year-old company and we are open in over 75 countries, so it's really international. And the great thing about the patch is that it's not a Me Too product, meaning that, it's totally unique. We haven't got any competition out there. It's not like some of the weight loss companies or skincare or supplements where everyone's got something better than you. The market is flooded. We're out there on our own and it's so unique, and that's why it's just such an amazing opportunity. In 2021, we had sales of $20 million. And then you can see in 2022, it shot up to $320 million. And this is when X39 was introduced, but also when the This Is It team, which we're all part of, started getting going and leading the way. In 2023, we had sales of $430 million, and 2024, over $600 million, which is absolutely incredible. But the exciting thing is we're going for 1 billion this year. So it's such exciting times. So Lifewave has been ranked 2 years running now, the #1 momentum company in the world. So that just shows how quickly this company is growing, and it's just so exciting. We're definitely in the right place at the right time, and definitely in the right team, because the This Is It team is actually the fastest growing team in this business as well. So what's brought you here tonight? What's the most important thing in your life? Is it that you want to spend more time with your family? Maybe you want just more time freedom or more security, or maybe you want to travel more or have better health or less debt, or all of these, or just one of these. Well, Lifewave can help with all of these, whether it's through the patch itself or the business opportunity. And what a business opportunity it is. So the compensation plan is second to none, and it's so simple. All you have to do is build one team on your left and one team on your right. It's what we call the binary system. And if you get 2 people in your team on your left and 2 people on your right, then you go to the rank of manager, which is where all the magic happens and the bonuses really open up to you. And basically you can earn $20 or up to $25,000 a week from the binary. So that's not bad at all, is it? And that's not the only bonus. But the great thing about Lifewave is that they do pay you weekly, and it's amazing how quickly those weeks come around. So as I say, there's lots more bonuses, but this is another really exciting one. So it's called the matching bonus, and it means that you can earn off the people that you've brought into your team. So a little thank you from Lifewave. So you can earn off your first, second and third lines, meaning that your first line is the people you've personally introduced into the business. You can actually earn 25% of their earnings. Now, that doesn't come from that person. It actually comes direct from Lifewave. So just a little bonus, a little thank you for bringing them into the Lifewave business and also training them up. But you can also earn off the people that they've brought into the business as well. That's your second line, 20%. And the people that your second line have brought in as well, the third line, you can also earn 20% off them as well. So you can see how quickly your income can grow and how lucrative this business can be. So there's 3 main ways of getting involved with this business. So the 3 packages are the core package, which is amazing if you just want to try the product yourself. So try the X39. It's 3 months worth. So a sleeve is 30 patches. So that's your month's worth. So that's really good, as I say, if you just want to try it yourself or maybe share it with a loved one. If you want to get more stuck into the business side of things, it's worth going for the advanced pack because you've got 6 sleeves of X39 in there. So again, you can sell those extra patches if you want to, or again, share them with your loved ones. But if you really want to get serious about this business and you're an entrepreneur, then I would really recommend going for the premium pack because you've got 20 sleeves of X39 there. That's a lot to try and a lot to sell as well. So you soon make your money back there. And also you're getting the sleeves for the best price you possibly can, $87.50 per sleeve. So that's absolutely incredible. And also we have a 30-day money back guarantee as well. So that's really peace of mind, you know, just for you to try them and you know, you can always send them back. No questions asked and get your money back. But no one's ever done that in my experience anyway. And it's really important to have a monthly subscription. So you can either go for a 1 sleeve subscription or a 2 sleeve subscription. Now this is really important because it just means that you're getting your patches every month. You don't have to worry about, oh, when have I got to order them again, or worry about running out. If you set up this subscription, then you know you're getting them monthly, and so you'll never run out, but also it keeps you active in the business as well. So it just keeps you on top of earning your bonuses. So there's 2 main websites that I'd steer you towards if you want to do any research. So this is it, info.com is really good if you want to look more into the product side, the patches, or the testimonials, or the science behind it. Whereas if you want to go more into the business side of it, then head towards thisisitteam.com, and this will give you much more information on the business itself and also the compensation plan. If you haven't got those written down, if you want to take a screenshot now, go ahead. They are absolutely full of information and loads of videos as well. So the time is now to make your move. If you're serious about your future and serious about your dream, then just get started with X39. It's real hope and excitement for the future. So get patched, share with everyone, and we look forward to welcoming you into our Lifewave family. So thank you for listening, guys. Thank you so much, Jill. Absolutely brilliant presentation. I'm going to stop recording now and stop sharing, and we can have a little chat behind the scenes.